25 senators plot to defeat Uhuru, Raila revenue bill proposals. The Senate reconvenes on Tuesday, August 4, for the seventh time to try and broker a truce over the protracted county revenue sharing formula that has adversely affected service delivery in the 47 devolved units. The Senate has on 6 previous instances failed to agree on a revenue sharing formula proposed by the Finance Committee chaired by Kirinyaga Senator Charles Kibiru, plunging counties in a near financial crisis. On the eve of that critical House sitting, National Treasury Cabinet Secretary Ukur Yatani convened a virtual meeting that was attended by Senate Speaker Ken Lusaka, the majority leadership and Council of Governors to find ways of easing the county government's financial strain. Treasury agreed to release up to 29 billion Kenya shillings that was not disbursed in the last financial year to enable counties deal with urgent expenses such as June salaries, operational costs, and purchase of medical consumables as the country battles the COVID-19 pandemic. But there was no resolution on a proposal to release to counties 50% of their share in the 2020-2021 budget based on last financial year's allocation. The Commission on Revenue Allocation, CRA, recommended that route should the Senate stalemate persist. Intense lobbying is on, with the two opposing camps in the Senate working to keep their numbers intact and raid each other's territory ahead of the crucial vote. 25 senators who last week engineered the defeat of an amendment to defer the disputed formula by 2 years have plotted another elaborate plan to reject it in totality. With their number standing at 25, the opposing senators have surpassed the 24 threshold required to defeat the formula that would see 18 counties lose 17 billion Kenya shillings. The stalemate is full of political intrigue, with Deputy President William Ruto rallying his troops to reject the formula. On Sunday, Raila met a section of Uhuru's allies led by Jubilee Vice Chairman David Murathe at the Kajiado home of Cotu's Secretary General Francis Atwoli. At the meeting, Raila assured the president's side that he would rally his senators to support the formula. Shia Senator James Orengo, who is the minority leader, was charged with bringing the leaders together. It is true we met with Raila to discuss, among other things, the disputed revenue sharing formula. We all agreed that the formula has to go through on Tuesday, former Gatenga MP Peter Kenneth, who attended the meeting, told the Star. The Uhuru-Raila side requires only 2 additional senators to push through the controversial formula. But lawmakers from Jubilee and NASA opposed to the formula have insisted that they want to be on the right side of history. They have, however, alleged endless intimidation and coercion to sway them. As part of their plan, they are armed with 3 formulas to counter the one proposed by the House Finance and Budget Committee. One of the formulas, whose debate resumes on Tuesday afternoon following last week's adjournment, is sponsored by Nairobi Senator Johnson Sakaja. The formula ensures no county gets less money than the amount they received in the last financial year. Some 18 counties will lose Sh17 billion in the formula proposed by the committee chaired by Kirinyaga Senator Charles Kibiru. Senators from the 18 counties have opposed the formula, saying it will perpetuate marginalization of their areas, and managed to convince 7 others to back their agenda. The losing counties are from less populous regions of coast, northeastern, lower eastern and parts of the Rift Valley. According to the plan, in the unlikely event that Sakaja's formula is defeated, another method sponsored by Narok Senator Ledama Olekina will immediately be introduced. A third formula sponsored by Makani's Mchila Kilonzo is on standby should Olekina's flop. It is a reinsurance. If Sakaja abandons, Mchila is there. And if Mchila abandons, Olekina is there. That is the plan, Mchila, who is leading the camp opposing the formula, said. The Star established that most of the lawmakers, especially the 7 whose counties will gain under the disputed formula but are in solidarity with their losing colleagues, switched off their phones to avoid intimidation and coercion. They are Johnson Sakaja, Nairobi, whose county will get 1.2 billion Kenya shillings more from last year's allocation, Cleophas Malala, whose Kakamega County will gain 402 million Kenya shillings, and Sam Onjuri, whose Kisii County will get an extra 162 million Kenya shillings. Others are Anur Loitip type, Lamu, who opposed the formula as a show of solidarity with his coast colleagues whose counties will lose despite his county gaining Sh96 million. Kajiado's Philip Mupeyi has also opposed the method despite his county getting 765 million Kenya shillings more. Mbeyi is standing in solidarity with Narok, which will lose, while Makakosa's Boniface Kabeka is standing with his Ukambani colleagues despite his county gaining 367 million Kenya shillings. Lobbying has been in many forms. There is intimidation, money, and many others. Senators are facing unknown pressure, Mchila said. On Monday, the 7 senators said they will stand with their colleagues whose counties will lose revenue in the disputed formula. Kenyans should trust us, especially us, the young politicians. History is being written and we want to be on the right side of history. We don't want to dent our reputations, Malala said. He added, I don't want to talk much because if I do, some people think I am disrespecting them. But for them to be respected now, they have to be on the correct side of history. They stood with this country when it was in need of their help. So they should also allow us to stand with our country at our age because this is the time we are writing our history. Loitip said, this is a very volatile matter. I cannot preempt anything. But what I can simply say is that my stand is there. Makakoses Kabeka, who is standing with Kitui and Makani, which will lose, said, my stand is the same. It is a no. I have not changed. On Monday, it emerged that the Mutula, Sakaja and Ole Kina camp had won over the hearts of Meru Senator Mythical Lynchary and Mbus Jerud Wigar. The two are said to stand with their neighbour Tharaka which will lose revenue in the proposed formula. Tomorrow, Monday, we shall once more shoot down the discriminatory formula meant to demean some parts of our nation and replace it with a fair approach to sharing of nationally raised revenue, Tharaka Senator Kithure Kindiki said. On Tuesday morning, they will meet in a Nairobi hotel to finalize their agenda ahead of the afternoon session. On Monday, Kong Atta declined to comment on the contentious formula ahead of debate. Other proponents of the formula, Majority Leader Samuel Pagisio and Minority Leader James Orengo, remained mum on the matter as well. But Laikipia Senator John Kainyua, a strong proponent of the formula, exuded confidence of a win for their side. Tomorrow is the D-Day. My stand is the same, one man, one vote, 1 shilling, and will remain the same. This is the best formula we can ever have, Kinua said. Nandi Senator Samson Sherargay, whose county will be the biggest gainer, said, they cannot fight the government. We are going to defeat the Sakaja formula and pass the committee report as it is. Meanwhile, a crucial meeting of the Senate leadership led by Speaker Kenneth Lusaka, Controller of Budget, Council of Governors, Attorney General and the Treasury held on Monday morning agreed in principle that the counties be given 187 billion Kenya shillings. The money includes 29 billion Kenya shillings that was carried forward from the last financial year and 158 billion Kenya shillings, part of the 316.5 billion Kenya shillings allocated to the counties in the current financial year.